today I want to talk to you about 5 ways to avoid being scammed in your business. There are crazy people out in this world, crazy and bored people. And today we're going to talk about how to avoid all of their antics. So come back in a moment and let's chat. So the first tip I have for you to avoid scams out here is to do your research. The few times that I have been scammed, when I went back after and I did some research, I found that many people had already reported these people as being scammers. So there was one person in particular who had a course that I was really interested in taking about e-commerce. This lady was lying all over the place, and many people had told on her. I, for some reason, had not looked her up before. She just made her course sound so enticing. I was so ready and I just went for it. I should have definitely done my research first. Some of the places you can do some research obviously are Google, but Facebook seems to be the best way to go. I know myself, for the people who have scammed me in the past, I've written pretty long reviews about them, not on their Facebook page because of course they blocked me, but just in general on my page. And I used the name that they used and I said exactly what happened. I just told my story, right? And so people who were searching their name actually found it and were able to avoid being scammed as well. So once you do your research, if you find out that someone is out here lying, let the rest of us know. It's not okay for people to be out here taking money from people for services that they did not render. I think that's absolutely awful, and I'm sure you do too. So do your research and provide said research for the rest of us. Number 2, if the grammar is bad, most likely so are they. So I'm sure you have received emails before from people that claim they have all this money from an oil rig or something else really wild, and they want to give you some of it because they're not allowed to keep the money in their country. But they say all of that with no periods, minimal commas, capitalization all over the place. That person is lying. They're lying. They're not telling the truth. I don't know what the issue is with their grammar, but that usually tells on them. I think I'm currently in a position where someone is trying to scam me. I have no idea what they're doing, but they sent out some information, and I want to share this now in real time because I'll have an update soon. They sent the information out about gym owners, which I'm not a gym owner, which anyone researching me will be able to find this out. But I do offer fitness classes. So they sent out information saying if I was interested in having like more people join my gym, that they were looking to send people my way. Now this question has been asked so many times over the years by different people. Sometimes I'll respond and sometimes I won't. Normally when I respond, I don't get a response back, but this time I actually did. This person claimed that they'd be calling me sometime yesterday. I have not heard anything. I have no idea what they wanted, but for wasting my time, I have to come for them, you guys. You know I have to come for them. So there will be an update about that on this channel at some time when I get some information back. So stay tuned for that. Let's talk about that a little bit more. How to waste a scammer's time. This is how you avoid being scammed, right? Because if you waste their time a little bit, they'll get tired of you and they'll go away. So one way to do that is to make up a story more elaborate than theirs. So they like to talk about how they're out here and someone took their money and they had to have their leg amputated and their wrist as well, and like all of these things. You tell them that you are living in someone's basement and that person is not allowing you food, so you really need the money like ASAP, and that they have to send it, otherwise they will be responsible for your debt. Like you gotta go crazy. You gotta go really, really elaborate, and you gotta make it a really long story too, so it takes them a long time to read it and it wastes their time and it keeps them from scamming other people. It's great. I know, honestly, we only have so much time in the day, right? Maybe not the best use of your time, but if you have a little time, highly recommend you use it doing that, because why not? It's so much fun and it keeps them from scamming other people. Number 4, this is kind of like going back to research. Ask them some questions. Ask them questions that you know would kind of catch them in the act, so to speak. So I have gotten a lot of people reaching out claiming that they want to do a flash mob to this John Legend song. They have been sending me that scam like for years and years and years, and I think the updated one is the gym one that I told you about, right? So what you should do is simply ask them, well, you're looking for dance classes, what type of dance are you looking for? they won't remember because they're reaching out to so many different people. They're not going to know what type of dance you offer. And when they say something different, that I think is a way to catch them in the act. So ask questions around, you know, to kind of see like where their head's at, because you may actually find they're not scamming you. That's one way to find out if they are or not. Ask certain questions that only someone who really researched your business would actually know. Be patient. That is the biggest thing. People will be out here with all these really enticing deals. That's how the lady got me last year, and I ended up having to get my money back because she made it seem like she was able to help people with e-commerce businesses. She wasn't doing any of those things, but it just sounded so good. And I wanted the deal that she had, so I hopped on it right then, and the rest was horrible history. But my bank took care of it. We're not even gonna worry about that. But I would advise that you be patient. Do your research, be patient, ask some questions, waste their time a little bit, have fun with it. These scammers can't be the only ones out here wreaking havoc. I think we, like I said in the other week, rather than ignoring these people in the comments, you gotta have fun with them. Don't let them have all the fun. Clap back at them, clap back at the scammers, clap back at everybody. But whatever you do, make sure it's something that brings you joy. I will see you next week. Bye.